Okay, I think we're recording. Does it say recording on your end? Yeah, okay. Usually it says something, so usually it says recording in progress, but it did not. So anyways, that's okay. Welcome in, guys. Excited to be here with you guys on this amazing Tuesday night. I have some stuff I was going to share with you guys, and I have a fun little thing I'm going to announce at the end, so stay till the end. But what I wanted to start with is happy month end. I know tis the season, it's month end. I should have my month end mug out here, but I don't. But it is month end. And so with that being said, if you guys have not watched Ashley Walmer's training on Monday, those are always really valuable. But month end, every month end, she kind of goes through some month end strategies, ideas, and tips. So if you guys haven't watched that, I would encourage you to watch that. Some things that she covers on there are some scripts and ideas to follow up with potential customers to close those those customers here at month end. She goes through some strategies and scripts and content about how to follow up with your current customers and your current VIP customers. And so those are some great ideas and tips and strategies and scripts for you to be able to use. She talks about how to follow up with potential brand partners. So what I want to cover tonight is a little bit different. I want to talk about how to follow up with your current team, your current brand partners. And I want to do that with just showing you some reports. So if you guys are not familiar with like what reports to use and things like that, I want to do that. But I also want to just say that some of you guys may not have a team yet. You may not have a team yet. You may not have Back Office Pro yet. But I also want you to understand that as you go and grow, these are things you're going to need to know as well, first off. And then second off, if you are here building, even with customers, you're a leader. You're leading your own organization, okay? And so we're going to talk about how to think like a business owner in just a little bit. But I really want to just dial in really quickly on how to maximize month end with your team, with your brand partners, okay? And so I'm going to, again, go through some different strategies and tips that you can do to do that. But I first want you to know, the first thing that you have to know as a leader is it's very difficult to grow what is not tracked. And I know that there's an actual quote with that, but what you don't measure can't be grown, or something. There's a really good quote. I don't have that clearly memorized. It wasn't a Garrett quote, so I don't have that one memorized. But I'm telling you guys, if you're not at least looking at your numbers, looking at the data, looking at your team, it's quite hard to know where it needs to go. And now some of you, I will say, are brilliant. You are amazing at what now can't be proved. I like that. Some of you guys are brilliant at asking your team at the beginning of the month, what are your goals? Oh yeah, Rob Siri talked about it. It's a very common thing in network marketing, but in all businesses, not just network marketing, is they do not know what strategies to implement. They do not know what needs to change if they're not reflecting and looking at the data, okay? So it is important for us as business owners to actually look at the data. I know some of you guys, like I said, at the very beginning of the month, you may look at people's goals. Amelia, what's your goal for the month? Robin, what's your goal for the month? Glenn, what's your goal for the month? And that's wonderful. And some of you guys even take it a step further and you write it down in your roadmap. And you may have the information saved somewhere. But how many of you mid-month are doing check-ins and looking to see, have they started, are they meeting the projections? Okay. Glenn's like, my goal is Exuma. And I know his goal is Exuma. And guess what? Glenn not only told me his goal is Exuma, he checks in with me and says, where am I at? What do I need to do? So, that's a next level ownership right there, where he's not just waiting on me to go, Glenn, what are you doing? You better pull it together. You know what I mean? He is taking initiative, which is my favorite thing, is when people take initiative. And he is like, what do I got to do? Amelia, same thing. What do I got to do? Missy Zara, same thing. What do I got to do? Like, there's people that are really hyper-focused on that goal, and they want to know, what do they got to do to go to Exuma? So if you guys haven't seen that, I am taking some of our leaders to Exuma in October, so I'm really excited about that. But some of you guys have goals. Some of you leaders, you know your team's goals, but are you doing the check-ins mid-month? Are you doing check-ins at the end of the month to see where they are? And not just waiting around and depending on them to look at their own data, because not everyone knows how and not everyone will. You are the leader of your team. You have to take control and take the reins and say, all right, I want my horse to go this way. I want my horse to go that way. So you are the ones that have this ability to really drive the ship on what you're doing. And it's right there in your fingertips. It's right there available to you. The data says everything you need to know. But some of you are like, I don't know how to do reports. So I hope my team's watching it. They're not. Okay. I'm just telling you, most leaders don't. Most builders don't. They don't look at their numbers. So what I'm telling you guys is, you as a leader, if you've got anybody on your team, you need to check their numbers for them. You need to talk to them. You need to talk to them. You need to figure out what motivates them. And we're going to talk about some strategies here at the end about how to motivate them and some things that you can do. But the starting point, the starting line is to see what the data says. Okay. So I'm going to screen share and show you guys a couple places that you can look that is important for you to gather data to see where your team is at, where are they struggling, where do they need help, where are they close. This is a Garrett quote. You're closer than you think. Some people are closer than they think, and they don't even know that they're so close that they could have a raise, or they could have a rank advancement, or they could hit impact achiever. They don't even know, but you do if you look at it, and you can help them and motivate them with that. Do you know how many people I've messaged in my industry career and said, hey girl, I hope you're going for, maybe it was a different company, but I hope you're going for executive director. Surely you are, right? And then be like, executive director? No, I'm not going for that. And I'm like, it's August 27th and you're at $9,000. You have 1,000 to go and you're not going for it. And they're like, oh no, I think that just seems a little hard. I'm like, it's not. You're already there. It's not only possible, it is going to happen. Like, you need to focus on this. This needs to be something you're working for. And they're like, you think I can? And I'm like, I know you can. And they're like, then I can. And I'm like, yes, you will. And they do. Okay. And so that is part of the power of being a leader, is letting people know they are closer than they think in some situations. They may not even realize. And so I want to show you a couple screen shares. Hopefully you guys are good with that. But the first one is the general qual report. You guys, this is my bestie. Spend a lot of time with her. So one thing that I like on this one is, if you guys do not know this report, it's on Back Office Pro. If you have 2 team members, I would get it. Something happened outside over here. Okay. But one thing, the boxes at the top, I want you guys to see that. Okay. First off, it says August. Do you know how many people on our team message me and say, hey, can you tell me what my numbers were for July? And I'm like, do you think I have some secret power that you don't? Like, we both have it. I don't say that. That sounds kind of rude. I don't ever say that. I just tell them what it is. But they all have the ability too. Okay. It's right here. You can go back and look at your numbers from everywhere. Isn't that cool? Some people don't know that's there. So that's there. Go to July, June. You can look at your own numbers. You can look at your team's numbers from the other months. Okay. Here, it starts on you. When you pull up this report in your back office, it's going to start on you. Again, some people don't know this. There's a drop-down menu here, and you could funnel out your personally enrolled. You can funnel out. I usually go to organization. Okay. All right. So I'm on August. I'm on organization. You can search individuals just like you can on the contact card. 99% of the time when someone's like, hey, Brittany, there's something up on my back office, when I pull up so-and-so's data, I'm like, are you looking in general qual? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, are you looking in the actual report? And they're like, yeah. And I said, okay, screenshot me what you're seeing. And they send it. And I said, that's a contact card. There's an entire report. Did you know that? And they're like, oh, that's what I'm on. I'm like, no, you're not. No, you're not. I can see from the screenshot, you're on the contact card, which is on your home screen. And that's a beautiful tool for quick access. Use that all the time too. If someone specifically is like, hey, can you check my club points? Hey, can you check my rank volume? Hey, can you check my XYZ? I go to that contact card, I type their name, and I pull it up for that month. If they're asking me about data from the month prior, I have to go to this report, okay? But here is where I want you guys to also know, right here under advanced filter. Some of you guys may not know this, but advanced filter is amazing. Okay. This is where you can drill down to different things. So I'm just going to give you one. I'm going to filter out all the people that were maybe old VIP customers, old, what do we call this? Ambassadors, I want to filter all of them. And I just want to at least start with just our minimum, at least being an actual real life independent brand partner. Okay. So that's what I clicked, independent brand partner, and I hit apply. Okay. And what it did was it filtered out all of the people that were not independent brand partners. So now everything on the screen is an independent brand partner. Okay. So I'm on August, I'm on organization and advanced filter, independent brand partner. Okay. The next thing that I like to do, stay with me here. Some of you, you're going to be like, okay, she's losing me. Focus, focus, focus. You got this. Okay. Is export. Listen, I do not bother with this. What is the word? Demure. Not very demure. Okay. I have to go into an Excel spreadsheet. If you've got a big organization, you need to be using Excel spreadsheets. So I go to Excel, I click this, and it downloads all of this data onto a spreadsheet. You may be like, oh, I was trying to do this from my phone. That's fine. I just wouldn't. Personally, would not. It's so much easier to do it on a computer. Do I use my phone for contacts cards? All the time. All the time. Do I use it for one specific piece of data? All the time. I use it all the time. But if I'm looking at my entire organization team, I absolutely need Excel. Okay. So I click Excel and then lo and behold, let me show you what pulls up. See, I'm seeing some comments now. All right. So what pulls up is an Excel spreadsheet. Would you believe it? Okay. And even if you don't have Excel, there's other free apps that your computer will find. So this is the data that it's going to pull up. I've even zoomed it in because I don't know what it looks like on your screen, but it's going to be lots of numbers that you guys are going to see. I've hidden, so no one's name's going to pop up. Don't worry, you're over there like, oh, I don't want to show my numbers. Don't worry, I have already hid the columns that have names, ID numbers, and anything that would be descriptive. But what I want you guys to see is that you have so much control under this. Like, let's see, upgrade to brand partner date. Do any of you, like Glenn, you nod, do you ever use that upgrade to brand partner date? Like, no, like I don't ever use that data point. I don't need that. That's not what I'm looking at. So what I do here is I click this tab and I say hide column or delete column, right? In good standing. Don't really need that for what I'm going to look at data and numbers. Okay. Hide column. So you can delete columns now and get it to a smaller information that you can easily see on one screen. How many of you have ever tried to look at data and you're scrolling left, then you're scrolling right, and now you don't remember who you saw or when you saw it, and you're like, I had a ruler up to the screen before. Okay, this makes your life so much easier so you can see it all on one screen. Okay, you can delete the data points you don't want, and I'm going to show you some of the columns that I look at. All right, one of them is club points. Lifetime club points, that's great if you're trying to look to see before conference who's gonna be like recognized for, you know, lifetime club points. But for right now, here in August, I don't need that. So I'm gonna just delete that column. Active, that's an important one. Okay, you want to follow up with people who have volume, but they're not active. So this one might be one to keep. All right, club points. I'm gonna sort descending. If you don't know what that means, descending means you're gonna start from the greatest to the least. Okay, so I'm gonna sort descending. I think I've already done that part. There's ascending, descending. Okay. So this person has 17,000 club points. And then I'm going to scroll down because all these people have already hit 2K club. And I'm going to scroll down to right here. Okay. 1992. This person is a director, as you can see. And again, I've hid their names, but you would see their names because you wouldn't have hid them. You would not have hidden them. Okay. 1992 and their director. That means they're probably more of your like 80%ers in your team. They're not the ones that are like probably checking their data all the time, right? This would be someone you would want to reach out to and be like, did you know, just want to make sure you're 8 points from 2K Club. That's a 15%, you know, payout on that. So I want to make sure you are aware of that. You may already be. I just want to congratulate you in advance. You got this. 1977, 1977, 1964, 1946. These are all one product away from being 2K Club and being recognized by corporate, by their leaders, and getting a pay raise. So these would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 items at least. All I have to do is open up my phone, look at their names, go on our team page, and message them a voice clip that takes me maybe a minute. Maybe a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 seconds each. That's about a minute. And guess what's going to happen? I'm going to sell 6 items on my team like that. That absolutely will happen. These people will not leave that on the table. Okay? They've got encouragement, acknowledgement. They feel seen. They're going to go sell that one other product. Okay? So I want you guys to understand the power of reaching down, following up, digging in the data, because it can grow your business so much. Okay, and then you can go all the way down here and do this for everybody that's close to 2K Club, and then everybody that's close to 1200. Let's scroll down here. This one's $11.99.88, like 0.2 away from 1200 Club, and they're a director. Okay, $11.97, $11.97, $11.96. So these would all be wonderful people just to send a quick 10-second voice clip, not 10 minutes. They won't listen to that. But a 10-second voice clip, if you've got their phone number, texting them is better because they may not check their messenger until month end's over. Okay. Some people aren't on Messenger all the time. Okay. So those are great ways. All right. Next thing, someone always asks me, is there a report that we can look at to see who's close to rank advancing? Yes, there is. Is it black and white, easy peasy, lemon squeezy? Not really, but once you know what you're looking at, it's very easy. Let me see if there's any comments about that. All right, let's look over here at one of the columns about, okay, 50% cap to director. If you guys don't know what that means that in our comp plan, there's balancing rules. So 50% cap director means that this column has already calculated the balance for us. So it is already calculated for us. So all we have to do, we don't have to pull out a calculator. We don't really have to do much math, or any if you don't want to, but you can see who's close to hitting, who's close to hitting director. Let me pull that back up. All right, so I'm going to sort by descending. And now all the people that are going to be at the top are already hit director. Okay, so we're going to scroll down, because what is director? To hit it for the first time, it's 2,500. So if you're looking to see who's close to hitting director in your downline, you're going to look to see who's close to 2,500. Okay, does that make sense? All of these people are over 2,000. So they're all already directors. Okay, but I'm going to scroll down till I get down here. Okay, now we're at the 2,477. Let's scroll over this one. And again, I would delete some of these columns so that this information is right there side by side. You can even move columns over. Okay, I'm going to scroll down here and look right here. Okay, this one's an executive brand partner. That's what that EBP means. And they have 2,433. 2,433. And a lot of times when I'm looking at specific columns, sometimes I will like change the color so that I don't get confused. Does that make sense? Like you would want it to be colored so you know what you're looking at. So sometimes I will change the color of the columns and stuff so I can see it. All right. That person was at 2,433. They're an executive brand partner. They're one product away from going director. Shoot them a message. Okay. And you can do that for all of the ranks. Okay. You can do it for the maintenance. Director maintenance is 2,000. Look to see who's close to maintaining. You have a column over here that says lifetime rank. So this is the highest rank they've ever hit. Paid as rank is where they're at in August. That's what they've achieved in August. So for example, this person is a lifetime executive director, but right now they are, they're sitting at senior executive director. So they've already ranked advanced. Okay. Their lifetime from last month was ED. They're already SED this month. Okay. Let's scroll down here and show you another example. Like this person is a lifetime vice president, VP, but right now they're sitting at SED. So what do they need to get to vice president maintenance? 32,000. Okay. So you would look over here and see they're at 27. Okay. They're very close to 32, right? So you could have that conversation and say, hey, you're already at 27. You got to get to 32 to maintain VP. You get extra gens at vice president. You make more money at vice president. Is there anything I can do to support you? Okay, so that would be a great conversation, a great person to drill into. So you can do this for every rank. SVP, sort descending. Okay, vice president is 75. This one's at 74958. So one product away from SVP volume. 68, 65, 64. These people all still could pull it out by the end of the month if you believe in them and you let them know that. Okay. So that is one data point that I look at is rank maintenance and rank advancements. It's all right here under these columns that have percentages. The percentages means that it's already calculated the percent volume for you. Okay. So it's not just straight volume, it's balanced volume is what it's showing you. That's what that means. And then the other column is club points. And then the last column I would look at is active status. Okay. This person is an IBP, okay, an independent brand partner. They're not active. Listen to this. They're not active and they have 52,000 in volume. They're an independent brand partner because they are not active. Okay, if they were to go get active, they would probably rank up to an executive director. So this would be a person I would follow up with and say, hey, you need to go get a customer or at least order product. Okay, so those are the 3 data points that I look at on general qual. Rank advancements and maintenance, club points, and are they active, yes or no? You can get all that from that data point, all from this spreadsheet, all from this report. You can also see how many brand partners they've brought in, how many customers they've brought in, different things like that. That is all there too. And then the last thing I wanted to show you guys on reports, I promise, and then I'll get to something fun. Some of you are like, this is fun. Some of you are like, send help. Bring back Ricky and Garrett. Okay. The other part is impact achievers right here. This report is also really good. You can switch this to an organization. And then you're going to be able to see everybody in your organization and how many impact achievers they have gotten. Okay. So that would be the last report that I would really dig into to see how many impact achievers, how many times people have hit impact achievers, have they hit impact achievers? Those are very important data points as well. Okay. So the 3 from general qual and then impact achievers, those are the ones that I would lean into and check out. And then lastly, I want to cover, I have like 5 minutes. Okay. Lastly, I try to keep it at 30. Lastly, I want to talk about incentives and promos and all the things. All right. If you don't have a team, that's okay. But I want you guys to feel and understand that you are a business owner. Okay. You are a business owner. You have the ability to grow your business. You have the ability to do things in your business. You are not limited by what corporate does. Okay, so I want you guys to think like a business owner, put on your business hat and say, okay, it's month end business. How am I going to grow this business? CEO, how am I going to grow this business? And so that is something that's really important. I don't want you, even if you don't have a team, you have customers, you have a customer base, you have potential customers. I want you guys to really think, what are some things that I can implement me, not wait around on my leaders, not wait around on corporate. What are some things that I can do to grow my business? Okay. Through the end of August, through September, what are some things that I can implement? And so if you want to jot some of these down, that would be great. You could run a promo for yourself. It doesn't have to come from corporate. You personally could give cash back and do free shipping. You personally could do, hey, if you order an Accelerate Trio, I'm giving a free 3A reset today only, whatever it is. Maybe it's a free mug. Maybe it's a, I don't know. You can offer incentive because guess what? Every customer you have, you make money. So if you need to drive volume, you can reinvest some of that money. Okay. How many of you, like, let's talk about enrollment packs. Okay. if you were enrolling somebody, sorry, my phone's fixing. Okay, if you were to enroll somebody on a $500 pack, you make $125. Okay. I'm not saying to do this every time, but you could maybe offer $50 back to get someone off the fence. If you're following up with a potential brand partner and you want to get them off the fence, maybe you could say, hey, I've got today only $50 back on a $500 pack. Let's get you going. Let's get you started. And instead of you saying, are you ready now? You ready now? You can offer an incentive. Or you can offer an incentive. Hey, I've got $50 back. Okay. And so you may be like, well, I don't want to offer $50 back. How many of you would spend 50 to get 125? Even if the 50 came out of the 125 every day of the week, because that's still what? $75 in your pocket. So if it comes to like getting someone off the fence, maybe that's an idea for you, to run some promos to generate volume, to generate business. For some of you, it's going to unlock a new club, maybe if you're getting that last customer in, and then that would increase your paycheck and it would pay you back even more than what you invested. All right. So promos, incentives. Incentives would be something that you could run for your customer base. It could be something you could run for your team. Incentives for mid-month, early month, all month, month end, whatever. Okay. 3-day blitzes where it's like, hey, for the next 3 days, we're going to do XYZ as a team. Bring your team together and let's do XYZ for 3 days. Maybe it's sending messages. Maybe it's getting people in 3-way chats. Maybe it's, hey, we're all going to post about this product for 3 days straight. Maybe it's, whatever it is. Maybe it's whatever it is, but I'm telling you, 3-day blitz, 3 or 5 days is the golden ticket. If you go in and say, we're going to do a 90-day run, people aren't going to do a 90-day run. It sounds good in theory, but everyone can stick to something for 3 days. Maybe you do a 3-day reset together as a team. Okay, everyone can stick to something for 3 to 5 days. So think about some blitzes, get creative. Okay, team Zooms, just like this one. You could do something like that. Recognition. Recognize people on your team if they're doing something that you want repeated. Recognize what you want repeated. Okay, accountability challenges, where everyone's doing their DMOs together, or everyone's doing a task together, or everyone's, coming up with whatever. Everyone's following up. Everyone's doing something together. Everyone's doing samples, sending out samples and whatever. Doing stuff together is going to generate more activity if you're doing it together, because there's the accountability piece that people don't have on their own. Okay, power hours, again, that kind of goes with accountability, where you're leading and you're teaching and you're showing. Even if you're following, just the DMO list, you don't have to recreate the wheel. It's just that connectedness. Maybe you host a local meetup where everybody goes and has coffee or lunch together and you guys chat. Sometimes that community piece is what can grow your business. Okay. One-on-one calls. Listen, people can dodge a chat. They can dodge a team Zoom. They can dodge a team page. But if you straight call them or text them or message them, it's kind of hard to avoid. Hey, where have you been? What's been going on in your life? That one-on-one call, that one-on-one Zoom, that one-on-one chat, that might be the ticket to motivate your team. Maybe it's a thank you card. Maybe it's a gift. Glenn wants the phone calls. Phone calls. Okay. Don't lie, Glenn. You just want to hear my kids screaming in the background. That's what it's all about. Okay. All right. Thank you cards or gifts, incentives, promos, accountability challenge, power hours, local meetups, one-on-one calls, Zooms, or chats, Glenn, recognition, team Zooms, 3-day blitzes. These are all things. And this is just scratching the surface of ideas. Okay. Yes. Ricky calls you. Teamwork makes the dream work. Yin and yang right here. So these are just some ideas as a business owner, ways that you could maybe move the ball. So if you're sitting there looking at your business and you're like, oh, wah, poor pitiful me, what are some things that you could do that you're like, you know what? I'm just going to sit around and wait on somebody else. I have the power. This is my business. I have ownership over this. This is something I can do to take my team, my business to the next level. Let's go. Let's do it, right? So these are just some things that you guys could do. So with that being said, I will post this in the team page, and I'm going to leave you with an incentive. And this one was my brain spinning wheels trying to be creative here. It's not back to school for me. We've been in for like a month, but it's a back to school incentive, month in back to school incentive. And when you think of school, what do you think of? Drop it in the comments. Anybody? Aurelia says apple. Well, Aurelia, me too. So some of the prizes I'm going to give away are our, what is this called? Cinnamon apple cider and our sour green apple. Who does not love these LTO products? And a Bravenly backpack, because nothing goes better for school than a backpack. So we've got sour apple, we've got Revive, and we've got a Bravenly backpack on the table. So those 4 items. And so I'm going to put a post up in Be Brave Society, and all you're going to do to participate, and I'm going to have 2 winners. So one winner is going to get green apple and Revive, and one winner is going to get green apple and the Bravenly backpack. And so to participate, all you'll do is you'll comment in that thread, okay? How you get entries, check your data today. Where are you at? If you hit a new club, by tonight through the end of the month, you hit a new club. So let's say you're at 350. If you hit the 400 club on that thread, and I'll put the description there too, so you don't have to memorize this, but you'll say club in one comment, club in a second comment, and club in a third comment. Okay, so that's 3 entries. Club, club, club. If you club up, you go from 400 club to 700 club. Club, club, club. You go from 700 club to 1200. Club, club, 2000. If you are already at 2000 and you go to a new 1000, you do it too. Okay, maybe you're at 3500. If you go to the 4K club, 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 club. Does that make sense? Okay. Also, if you get a new brand partner, you will put, new brand partner to get a point. Okay. To get an entry. If you get a new brand partner with a pack that enrolls with a pack, you're going to say new BP with pack, new BP with pack, new BP with pack. And again, I'm going to put all this description. And then lastly, the way to get entries is any new customer. Okay. If you get a new customer that actually orders, a new VIP or a new retail customer that orders, you will also put that in the comments, and affiliates count too, obviously, for brand partners. So you will put that in the comments. So we have until midnight on August, the last day of the month, 31st, I think. So participate, go get you a new customer, hit you a new club, get you a brand partner. Let's blow out the end of the month and crush this month in back to school promo. All right. Thank you guys for being part of this. Hope you guys have a great night. Appreciate you. Bye.